Hey there, my smart English learners. Welcome back. Let me ask you a question. How comfortable do you feel asking questions in English? Do you sometimes know the words, but freeze when it's time to ask something clearly, or politely, or quickly in a conversation? You're not alone. Asking questions is one of the most important parts of speaking English, but it can also be one of the most confusing. There are different types, formal and casual styles, word order, intonation, and even cultural rules to think about. But don't worry. In this lesson, I'll guide you step by step through the most useful and natural ways to ask questions in English. Whether you're in a classroom, at work, traveling, or just chatting with friends, you'll learn how to ask questions with confidence and sound fluent while doing it. So, are you ready? Let's dive in. 1. Start with WH, questions, the foundation of real conversation. Let's begin with the classic and absolutely essential WH questions. These include who, what, where, when, why, and how. And they're the foundation of real conversations in English. These questions help you get detailed information, not just yes or no. For example, instead of saying, "Do you work?" which might get a short answer, you can ask, "What do you do for work?" That invites a longer, more meaningful reply. Or, instead of, "Are you busy?" try, "Why are you so busy these days?" That makes it feel like you care. Other powerful examples include, "Where did you grow up?" "How did you learn English?" "When do you usually go to bed?" And, "Who taught you to cook?" These phrases make conversations personal, real, and engaging. Many learners forget to include helping verbs like do or did, which makes the sentence sound broken. Practice these daily by turning your thoughts into questions. "I like reading" becomes, "What do you like to read?" This simple shift builds your fluency, one natural step at a time. 2. Ask yes/no questions the right way, with good structure. Yes or no questions are shorter, but just as important. The key is to start with the correct helping verb, like do, does, did, can, or will. For example, instead of saying, "You like chocolate?" which sounds incomplete, say, "Do you like chocolate?" It's a small difference, but it makes your English sound much more polished. Other good examples include, "Did you see the new movie?" "Are you feeling better today?" "Can you help me with this task?" And, "Will she be joining us later?" These questions are used all day long, in texting, meetings, friendly chats, and customer service. One great practice technique is to watch short videos and pause every time someone says a yes/no question, then repeat it yourself. Soon, your brain will naturally start building questions the right way, and they'll come out smoothly in conversation. 3. Use could and would to sound polite and professional. When you want to be polite, especially with people you don't know well, using could or would makes your questions sound respectful and warm. Instead of, "Give me your phone," you could say, "Could I borrow your phone for a second?" Or rather than asking, "Do you want tea?" make it softer with, "Would you like a cup of tea?" These little changes can completely shift how people feel when speaking with you. Other great phrases include, "Could you help me with this file?" "Would it be possible to reschedule our meeting?" And, "Could I ask a quick question?" This is especially useful in emails, workplace discussions, and service situations. If you're unsure how formal to be, start with could or would, and you'll always sound courteous and fluent. 4. Use friendly follow-up questions to keep the conversation going. Once someone responds to your question, don't just stop there. Keep it going with follow-up questions. These are the questions that make conversations feel real and exciting. For example, if someone says, "I went to Italy," you can follow up with, "Oh, really? What was the best part of the trip?" Or, "Nice. How long did you stay?" Other follow-up starters include, "Why do you say that?" "What made you decide that?" And, "Was it what you expected?" These aren't just good for learning. They show that you care, and they keep the other person engaged. Even something as simple as, "What about you?" after someone shares an answer, shows great social fluency. Follow-up questions build connection, and they make you sound like a natural conversationalist, not just a language learner. 5. Use tag questions to confirm and invite. Conversation. Tag questions are short questions added to the end of a sentence, and they're very common in everyday English. They're used to confirm what you said, or gently ask someone to agree. For example, "You're coming tonight, aren't you?" Or, "It's cold today, isn't it?" Or the opposite. "She doesn't drive, does she?" "You haven't finished yet, have you?" They sound friendly, and they make the conversation feel more open. They're used all the time in casual speech. And if you can master them, you'll sound more like a native speaker. Try practicing your own. "That's your dog, isn't it? We've met before, haven't we? You love this song, don't you?" These little additions show great command of English tone and emotion, not just grammar. 6. Learn to ask yourself questions daily to think in English. One of the smartest techniques you can use is asking yourself questions out loud throughout the day. It sounds strange, but it's incredibly effective. For example, when you wake up, ask yourself, "What do I have to do today?" Then answer in English. "I need to buy groceries and call my friend." Before bed, ask, "What did I learn today?" Or, "What could I do better tomorrow?" You can also look in the mirror and ask, "How do I feel right now? What's the weather like today? What time is it?" This habit forces your brain to start operating in English, even when no one is around. Over time, thinking in English becomes automatic, and you'll speak with more ease and speed. 7. Master the right tone. Let your voice help you ask better questions. How you say something matters just as much as what you say. When you ask a yes/no question, your voice should usually go up at the end, like, "Are you ready?" or "Do you want to come with us?" But with YH questions, your voice usually goes down. "Where do you live?" or "What time is it?" If your tone is wrong, people might not realize you're asking a question. Try recording yourself and comparing it with native speakers. Say things like, "Do you want coffee? Why did you say that? Is this your seat?" And listen to how your pitch rises or falls. It's a small detail, but it makes a big difference in how natural and clear your speech sounds. 8. Use practice tools, like ChatGPT or language apps to build questions. You don't always need a partner to practice. Use tools. Apps like Duolingo or HelloTalk let you build simple questions with guided help. But even better, tools like ChatGPT can help you write, improve, and even simulate conversations with questions. You can ask it, "Give me 10 questions to ask in a job interview." Or, "Correct this question. You like pizza?" It becomes your personal English coach. Also, watching YouTube interviews and copying their questions word for word helps a lot. Ask, "What do I notice about their questions?" Or, "How do they follow up?" Then, try using those same questions in your own life. Tools are there to guide you, but it's your curiosity that powers the learning. 9. Ask questions in real life. Start small and build confidence. One of the most powerful steps in learning is asking real questions to real people. You don't need perfect grammar. You just need the courage to try. Start with small, easy ones, like, "What time do you close?" at a store, or "Is this seat taken?" in a cafe. When chatting with friends, ask, "How was your weekend? What have you been up to lately?" Or, "Did you watch anything good recently?" If you're online, ask questions in the comment section of videos like, "Where was this filmed?" Or, "What do you think about this topic?" Every time you ask a real question, you're stepping closer to fluency. It's not about being perfect. It's about being brave. 10. Know when to be formal and when to be friendly. It's important to know when to use formal versus informal questions based on who you're talking to. In a job interview, you might say, "Would you mind explaining the role in more detail?" Or, "Could you tell me more about the team?" But with friends, you'd say, "What's the deal with your new job?" Or, "How's work going?" In an email, use, "May I ask?" or "Would it be possible?" While in a group chat, you might say, "You around?" or "What time we meeting?" Knowing the difference shows emotional intelligence and makes you socially fluent. Practice both so you can switch based on the situation and sound confident either way. So, now you know how to ask questions like a fluent English speaker. You've learned the different styles, the tones, the grammar, and the cultural tips that make your questions feel real. Asking questions isn't just about getting answers. It's how you start conversations, build relationships, and show curiosity and confidence. Don't be afraid to practice every day with others. The more questions you ask, the more fluent you become. And remember, Great speakers aren't afraid to ask questions. They're excited to learn. Keep asking, keep growing, and I'll see you in the next smart lesson.